I'm going to show you how you can build a WhatsApp AI agent like this one. I'm going to take you through step-by-step process and show you how you can actually build this. If you stay until the end of the video, I'm going to give you two things. First one is I'm going to give you this template for free, and you can just simply import it into your n8n canvas and play with it, customize it the way you want it, give it more tools. The second thing, I'm going to also show you how you can actually get a permanent API for WhatsApp. Currently, most of the YouTube video I see on WhatsApp, it's only show you how you can get a temporary API, which it needs to be updated every day. So if you're someone new to n8n, hasn't built an WhatsApp AI agent, this video is for you. Before we start building, just to walk you through the architect of this project. Obviously, heart of this project, it's an AI agent, but to get to that, there's a few things. So we have a WhatsApp trigger. Obviously, this WhatsApp is capable of taking text messages as well as a voice memo. We'll download the voice memo and then transcribe it and get the text. And that's what we feed into AI agent. And once the AI agent comes out, you can actually convert that to a speech and deliver it to the user, or a text message back to the user. When you log into your n8n canvas, just go with create new workflow. The first step is select a trigger. Let's find the WhatsApp trigger. So WhatsApp Business Cloud. Then we have to go on message. And the way you know that it's a trigger, it's got this, it's marked on the side. So on message. And then there's two things you need to set up as a trigger, but I'll come back to that. And trigger is on message. There are various options in there, but for us, we just leave it as a message at the point because we'll be communicating with our AI agent through the WhatsApp message. Then what we'll need is AI agent. And then we need WhatsApp Business Cloud, send a message. So there's a few things you need to set up. So you start with on the left-hand side. So we need to set up a credential for this. Create new. You can always open up the Open Doc and it will have some instruction for you how you can set up the credential. But from my experience, I can tell you WhatsApp is actually one of the trickiest one to set up credential. So we need two things. We need the client ID and we need client secret. To get that, we got to go to business.facebook.com. I have logged into this before, that's why I didn't prompt me to log in, but you have to log in using your Facebook account because WhatsApp is owned by Meta and Meta on Facebook. So on the left-hand side, you have all the various business portfolio. If you don't have one, just create one portfolio. For me, I'll just use that one. And one of the other things is with WhatsApp is that when you set up your portfolio, you might be asked to verify your business because WhatsApp doesn't want you sending random messages to its users. So it's always making sure that it's a legit business or activity. So it will ask you for verification. Once you go through the verification, you have the business portfolio. Let's go to the settings. Let me make it a little bigger. On the left hand side is app. As you can see, no app added. So I will be adding an app. So this one might not be available for you. You need to go to the WhatsApp verification process. You'll have to give your address, you have to give your number. Sometimes you have to fill out your billing details as well. So once you have done all that, then you create a new app, give it a name, n8n YouTube demo. Leave that as it is. For our activity, we don't feed any of these. We just simply go other, next, business, create app. It takes a few seconds to create. So once it's done, then you come here, WhatsApp. So these are all the various applications you actually create. So, but we'll be focusing on WhatsApp. So let's set it up. Cool. Just a couple of things. As you can see, app is currently on development mode. This is the app ID. App type is business, doesn't really matter. So then we can go configuration on the left-hand side. App settings, gotta go basics. Here you go. That's why we can get our app ID. So copy that back, and then what I'll say, client secret. So this show client secret. Come back, save. Got a green. That's when it's successfully connected. Change the name, n8n Eagle. It's a good practice to name your credential because once you start building n8n workflow professionally, you're going to have hundreds of different connections and it'll be hard for you to find. So it's always, as soon as you create a credential, name it. So for me, like once I finish the demo, I'll delete it. Yeah. Save, done. So now actually we can, so that's that one. And the other thing, as you can see, we already set up the trigger and credential. So it's the red outline is disappeared. We need to set up one more. Okay. Let's delete that one. So for this one, we need an access token and a business account ID. So go back, create new credential. So we're going back to the same page, but instead of basic, now you got to go to the WhatsApp and API setup. To get access token, you can just simply generate a token, continue, just for all of them. So you opt in for current and future. So I got access to all of them and then save. Got it. Copy. This is our access token. And then we need the business account ID, which I'll be finding in here. Copy, save. Screen, that's when it's successfully connected. Just to YouTube demo. Save. We'll set up all this stuff later as we go through. The other thing what you can do is now we can actually test this. So let me go back in here, send a message. There you go. Get the test message. So that's good. So that's when it's connected successfully, as you can see. So now we go back to our canvas. We'll do, now we have to configure our AI agent. So we do execute workflow. Let's type something. Hi. Oh, it's not letting me connect. So let's delete that, let's try. There you go. So we got the message. It's really interesting that it's a good tip. So if you have unresolved issue on your canvas, you can't actually test it. So that's why I have to delete it. So now we add our AI agent. Good, so our AI agent is always connected to the native chat trigger. So these ones to do, this is an WhatsApp chat trigger, so it's not connected. So what I do is it's a defined below, and then you need to find where's the message. This is the message. Here you go. And then we need to find a model. Let's do OpenAI chat model. Let's do GPT 5.1. Let's do GPT 5.1, which is cheaper and faster. We can do a simple memory in there. In the simple memory, there's not much you need to do. So you can select the context length, window length. What it means is that how many chats do you want your agent to remember? If you wanted to remember your long-term conversation, then you should not be selecting a simple memory. You need to select something from here. My experience, I would go with Postgres chat memory, which is a little bit trickier to set up, but it's pretty efficient. But for our purposes, for this demo, we'll just stick to the simple memory. And the other thing is, as soon as you turn off your computer or shut down your session, the simple memory get wiped out. Okay, that's good. The tool, we'll be dealing with the tool later. Well, actually, we can add tools now. So let's start with the web search. So for Google Web Search, we can always connect to SERP API. I already set up a credential, but I'll show you how you can actually get that. Easy way to do is let's go to the Google SERPAPI.com. You're signing with your Google. They give you some free credit, so you don't need to put your credit card or anything. It's just free. I think you get up to 250 searches. Get that API key, and then you go back to you and can create any credential. You just paste it in here. I'm not going to do that because I have already done it. Close. So we have the SERP API. So there's nothing you need to set up in here. So at the moment you don't have to, but you can customize it to select language, domain. What it means is that what particular website you wanted to search, you can do that. It's like it's a google.com or google.com.au or google.com.uk and things like that. You can actually define it in here, but for us we just leave it as blank. And then once we're done with our WhatsApp, let's give it a try. So execute workflow. Okay, something wrong with our simple memory. Let's have a look what's going on in the simple memory. With the simple memory, if you look at session ID, your memory needs to have the key to identify what this memory relates to, what chat. For that, what it says that it's connected to the chat trigger. But remember that our WhatsApp agent is not connected to the chat, its native chat trigger. It's connected to WhatsApp. So we just go define below and display phone number. That could be our key. So anything relates to that phone number, you'll store that memory in that group of that section. So let's try again. Hello. Oh, it's working. Yay. Yeah, so the agent is working now. We just need to configure the message back using WhatsApp. We already set up the credential, so it'll be easy for us to set it up. So we have a credential, then we resource is message, operation is send. This is the default phone number, test number, which you get from Facebook, no WhatsApp, but you can add your own phone number. There's a process involved. So I'll quickly show you that. So you can add phone numbers there if you need to. You just go through some verification process. Done that one. Then we'll just put my phone number. You can always start at 6. So this is the phone number you want the message to come back to, which is connected to this. And the body is the output of the AI agent, which is simply we just drag it. So let's try again. Hey, tell me something about you. It's working. Going to the model. Oh, that's pretty cool. Nice to meet you. Here's the quick snapshot of me. What I am, I'm a conversational AI assistant built by OpenAI. I generate text-based operation to help with question writing, coding, planning, blah, blah. You get the picture. So WhatsApp AI agent is currently working. Now we're gonna extend it to, so currently we can currently it's only works with text. So let's add voice in there. So I'm gonna send a voice note that will be easier to use that to configure our agent. As you can see, it's expected we just got an error because our AI agent is not equipped enough to deal with the audio. So we need to fix the problem. So the first thing is we need to put a mechanism to direct if it is a text or if it's an audio, we got to download the audio and transcribe the audio. So we need to have an if condition. So let's have an if. Hopefully you can see my screen. Here you go, the type, we found it. So under the message, what's the type? If the type equal to audio, if it is false, which means it's a text, but if it's a true, that's mean that we gotta do something about it. So if it is a true, then what you gotta do, you gotta first of all download. We just have a WhatsApp. Okay, here you go, download media. So what you need to do, we need to send out the message again. Oh, it's still there. So as you can see, it's come through. We need to have a media ID. So let's find the ID. This one. Let's try with that one. I think that's the one. Yeah, we got the media ID. So we got the URL for downloading the media. So then all you gotta do is we just have a HTTP request to download the media. Get method, and you just drag a URL. Don't need to set up anything else, just execute. Authentication failed. So we need to have an authentication. It's a security measure from WhatsApp to make sure that they have the right credential to download the media. So we have a generic credential type. Let's do predefined WhatsApp. Where's the WhatsApp API? It's already been connected, so that's fine. Execute. There you go. We got the audio done. And the next one is we need to transcribe this. So this, for transcription, there's two ways you can do that. You can use OpenAI transcription or you can use Gemini. For us, let's use OpenAI transcription. OpenAI transcribe a recording. One of the things you need to make sure whenever you're feeding a binary file, which is this is a binary file, you need to make sure the input data field name is matched with this one. So we have the data, so let's execute. Hello, that's what we say. And one other thing you need to remember is that the audio is too big. If it is more than 25 megabytes, it's not going to work. In that case, you need to use Gemini transcription, which takes a much larger file. But for our purpose, we use OpenAI. Let me fix this first. What we gotta do is we can't have this directly in there. It's not going to work. So what do? You gotta have a merge node. So in merge, basically, we're connecting two output into one. So we have that in here, and that will be connected to our AI agent. Obviously, that's invalid now because we previously used to connect to the chat. So we will have to reconfigure that. But let's see. Let's fix up the audio first. That's it. So let's try again. Hi, what's the weather today in Sydney, Australia? Oh, shoot, I should do execute workflow first. Hi, what's the weather today in Sydney, Australia? So it's download the media, it's transcribing now. What's going on? So we need to fix up the memory again because remember we put a merge node, so the memory is not working. Let's go to the memory. Why don't I just simply disconnect that for sake of, we'll come back to that at the end. Let's try again. Execute workflow. Hi, what's the weather today in Sydney, Australia? Some reason the SERP API is not working. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop it to see actually what's going on. So just click it in there. What's going on? I think I know what's going on. So we need to have a system message. You are a helpful WhatsApp AI agent. I think I know why it's not working, because the agent doesn't know what's the weather today. When I say what's the weather, it doesn't know what date it is today. So let's give it that. So we go to the expression. So let's go execute workflow. What's the weather today in Sydney, Australia? Seems like my SERP API key is not working. What it means, the agent actually try multiple times and it just stops. So what I need to do is just go back to the thing, copy the API key, go back in there, update it, save that. So it should be green. There you go, it should be green. So now it should work. Let's try again. As you can see, this is how actually when you're building something new and workflow, that's how you iterate and troubleshoot and get to the final output. You know, in YouTube you see there's so many workflow and everyone just go straight, go through all the nodes and straight build a workflow. In reality, that's not what it is. The reality is that you go through multiple stage of iteration, you fix it up, you figure out where the problems is, and that's how you learn and grow. So for us, let's try again. Execute workflow. Hi, what's the weather today in Sydney, Australia? You can see the Sydney weather today. The query went in there. Yeah, it worked. Here's the current weather in Sydney, local time, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, so that's good. It's working. So the next, what you got to do is, how about if if we send a voice note, we want it to respond on a voice note. And if we send a text, we want it to respond in the text. So in that case, what we need is output. We need an if statement. So if the trigger, because if this type is audio, if this is audio, then we will transcribe it. Play. Yeah, so that's good. It's picked up. So because it's true, it's went through. So then we have to, I guess, use a different tool to try generate the voice. So we use ElevenLabs. In ElevenLabs, we need convert text into speech. You need an ElevenLabs API key. I'll show you. I'm just going to create one more. So what I need is ElevenLabs API key. So go to, it's easier deal. IO, log in. ElevenLabs also got a free tier, so you can always use that. Settings, developer. Okay, yeah, it's actually under developer. Create API key. As you can see, I have created a multiple one, and just create new. We'll give access to everything. Copy. Come back to n8n. Control V. Save. It's connected. So let's change the name to demo so that I can delete it later. Done. Then we need to pick a voice. So ElevenLabs will have a lot of voices in there already. You can choose one of that, or you can create your own voice, which I have created some. So once you've done that, it will come up in here. I'll use that. And what I want the AI to read out is this text. Okay, let's give it a go. Execute. Let's download it.
Here's the current weather in Sydney and Established, Australia, as of 9:11 p.m. local time today. Sky, clear, temperature, 60 degrees F, about 16 degrees. Humidity, 50%, wind, 19, mph, precipitation, 0%. This in Celsius only, or an hourly forecast for the rest of the day.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, here you go. We got it. So now we can just simply send it back to WhatsApp. So everything else is same, but what you got to do is, instead of message type, it's not a message type, it's not an audio. What it be? It's a document, not a document. Let's do data. Audio, and it execute. It's executing. I don't think it's gonna work. Let me know if you can make that work. The way I did is it's a document from n8n and the binary file is data. Let's try that. Still not working. So, okay. So if you look at the error message, you'll be able to see. So it only accept this type of file. Yeah. So what I did previously is I put a code node in between. I just got a GPT to spin up and then just copy the code, put it in here. Yeah, it's working. And then that will fit in, which is this converted audio. Control C, Control V. Hopefully that will work. It's good. As you can see, it showed up.
Current weather in Sydney and Established, Australia, as of 9:11 p.m. local time today. Sky clear.
There you go. So that part is working. If it is an audio, that's working. So now we just got to fix up the text bit. So we just have one more node. Just do WhatsApp, send a message, numbers, receipt numbers, our previous number. So the number you want. So this number is your WhatsApp number. So your body is the text. I can't reference anything because I need a text file to come through. So let's delete that. Execute. Okay, so remember we from here, from merge node, we only reference the audio output into here. So we need to reference the text output as well. So what I need to do is this is the body. So then we don't need to replace that one because we will get either one of these and the agent will pick up whichever the way. So once we get the audio one, so this one will be red, this one will be blank. Once we get this one, once we get the text one, the audio one will be red. It's working. Yeah, let's see, it's working now. That's good. That's what we wanted. Just zoom it in. So plus, then we need the WhatsApp. Send a message, resource message, operation send, number, our test number. Then this is our number, WhatsApp number, and the body is the output. So our AI agent should be ready. Tell me something funny. Where did it go? Sorry. Something funny. As you can see, it's going through. What have we done now? So let's connect. So now we got our text. So now we just need to count the WhatsApp node again. WhatsApp, send message, numbers, WhatsApp number, and there you go. Save it. So now try again. Tell me something funny. It's working. Receipt phone number does not in a loud list. What does that mean? Oh, I actually made a mistake. Number was incorrect. Execute. Funny. Yay, it worked. Here's a funny thing. So the next, what you can do, you can add more tools. So you might be able to add a perplexity. You might be able to add your email. It could be your calendar. So it could be a superpower agent. So like, you might have, you connect all your different application in here. You can just talk through it. Depends on it. So if you want to send a voice note or you can send a text, it will reply the way you send the input. The other thing, as promised, I told you. So there's two things. Obviously, the link for downloading this template will be in the description. So you can just simply follow the link and download the template, and you can import it by clicking this 3 dot and import from file, and this will come. This will appear on your canvas. Only thing you need to do is you need to set up all your credential to make it work. The other thing I told you this for WhatsApp, one of the thing is if you go back to this page, this is a temporarily token. It's changed. It will disable every night, and then you have to redo it again to make it work. So for that, to fix that problem, what you got to do is you got to make a permanent token. So then in that case, you just go basics. You see the account is the token has disappeared. So now if we go back to Meta Business, we should have the app appears here. This is the app. So this is the app we just built. Then we need to come here. We need to assign people select all. Because I have done it before, but for us, just do it again. Manage app, assign. So you have done that, then you go to the manage. So then what you got to do is go to this icon, view in system user, click that, and then you come here, see generate token, select your application, next. You can choose for 60 days or you can just choose forever. Set permission for WhatsApp messaging to work. Just go on the bottom, there's two things you need to tick. WhatsApp business management and WhatsApp business messaging. These are the two needs to be checked in. Generate token. And this is your permanent token. Copy that, put into your n8n, and then we go back to the app, make sure the app is alive. Okay, cool. That's a good, just to show you one more thing. It says invalid privacy policy URL. You must provide a valid privacy policy URL in order to take your app live and make sure it's valid. So what you do is you need to give them a privacy policy statement that you can generate from ChatGPT, put it on a Google Doc, put it into Google Drive, create a publicly accessible link and put that link. I'll show you where you can put it in. Come back to the basics. And put that link here. As you can see, I use Notion for that, but you can use Google Doc, whatever you want, generate something from ChatGPT, put it in there, and that's your privacy. And then your app will go live. Save changes and go live. So simply like that, save changes, and then you will be able to go live. There you go. Now your token will not expire. You'll be able to use your app anytime. As again, if I go back to Canvas, you can add so many tools. You can add MCP server. If you're using Google Suite, you can add all the Google Suite application like Google Calendar, Google Doc, Google Search, anything you can connect in, and you can make it a very effective AI agent which can manage your daily life. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment, and consider subscribing. I'm planning to publish regular n8n tutorial, which I'll be building hands-on. I will take you guys through step-by-step process like this one to show you how you can actually build one of these and also take you through the debugging process. Until then, thank you. See you in the next one.